Have you ever noticed that one person in the room? The one who barely speaks, the one who stays in the shadows, almost invisible. You might think they're harmless, maybe even shy, or just uninterested in what's happening around them. But here's the truth. The quietest person in the room is far more powerful than you realize. And no, I'm not talking about physical strength or aggression. I'm talking about a mind that sees everything, remembers everything, and notices every little detail you thought no one was paying attention to. While everyone else is talking, laughing, or trying to be noticed, they're quietly observing, quietly analyzing, and quietly calculating. And when the time is right, they move with precision, leaving an impact that surprises everyone, including you. By the end of this video, you'll never look at silence the same way again. You'll start paying attention, noticing subtle patterns, and maybe even reconsidering who really holds the power in any room. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal could change the way you understand people forever. Quiet people aren't empty, far from it. They are observers, thinkers, and silent strategists. While everyone else is busy talking, gesturing, and trying to make themselves noticed, the quiet one is absorbing everything, every word, every reaction, every subtle shift in body language, every weakness you try to hide, every insecurity you unknowingly display, every mistake you think went unnoticed. They see it. It's almost invisible to the casual eye, but it's happening all the time. Quiet people notice patterns that others miss. They remember conversations, small details, and behaviors that most people forget the second they happen. And here's the real power. They connect the dots. They understand the dynamics of the room, the hidden tensions, and the silent alliances that no one else sees. Think about it. The loudest person often dominates the conversation, drawing attention, making noise, and demanding recognition. But the quiet person, they calculate, process, and predict. Their silence isn't ignorance. It's strategy, patience, power in disguise. And the scary part, they rarely announce it. They don't need to. The quiet mind works behind the scenes, always aware, always ready. And when the right moment comes, they act, decisively and unexpectedly. If you've ever been underestimated because you were quiet, comment below. Silent power. Because there's a reason the world fears what it doesn't understand. And sometimes, the quietest person in the room holds the most dangerous and unstoppable kind of power. The quietest person in the room isn't just quiet by accident. They're absorbing everything. Every joke, every side comment, every subtle tension, every slip of the tongue. It all goes into their mental file. And here's the thing, they remember it. Not selectively, not occasionally. Everything. But the truly unsettling part? They don't just absorb information. They wait. They watch, they analyze, and when the moment is right, they use it, with precision, with strategy, with impact. Think about it. A business meeting, a social gathering, even casual friendships. Everyone else is busy performing, trying to impress, trying to be liked. The quiet person, they're watching carefully. They notice who is confident and who is insecure, who is genuine and who is putting on a facade. They notice subtle weaknesses, small lies, hidden motives, things that fly right over everyone else's heads. And here's where it gets really powerful. They rarely confront you immediately. They bide their time, collecting the pieces of the puzzle, and when the opportunity arises, when action matters most, they hold the upper hand. Knowledge is power, and the quiet person wields it like a weapon. Underestimating them is a mistake you might never recover from. Because while the loud and the flashy are busy being noticed, the quiet one is preparing silently, calculating carefully, and waiting for the perfect moment to act. And when they do, the results are inevitable, undeniable, and unforgettable. Here's the thing that most people completely miss. Quiet people are unpredictable. And that unpredictability is what makes them so powerful. And yes, sometimes intimidating. When someone talks constantly, reacts emotionally, or always shows what they're feeling, they're easy to read. You know their next move before they do. You anticipate their reaction, and in doing so you can manipulate or predict them. But the quiet person, nobody knows what they're thinking. Nobody knows what they'll do next. That uncertainty breeds something profound, respect, and sometimes fear. People instinctively realize that if they can't predict the quiet person, they can't control them. They realize the quiet person is always observing, always calculating, and always weighing options before they act. And when the quiet person moves, they move with intention. Their actions are deliberate, precise, and impossible to ignore. Unlike the loud, who often react impulsively, the quiet are patient. They wait, they plan, they execute. And when they do, it has maximum effect because no one saw it coming. Think about it. In the office, in social groups, in relationships, or even in competitive games, the quiet one often wins in the end. They win not through noise, not through aggression, but through strategic, unpredictable action that catches everyone else off guard. So, the next time you encounter someone quiet, remember, silence isn't empty. Silence is a storm brewing quietly, and when it moves with unstoppable force. You might think someone who rarely speaks is forgetful, absent-minded, or just not paying attention. You might even laugh at them, assuming that their silence means they aren't noticing, that they aren't storing away details that could matter later. But here's the truth. Quiet people remember everything. Every name, every detail, every date, every mistake you thought you covered up, every secret you whispered in confidence, every passing comment that you assumed had vanished into the void. It's all there, imprinted, filed, stored, waiting. And this is where it gets powerful. And yes, a little scary. Because the quiet person doesn't always confront you immediately. They don't need to. They watch, they wait, and they remember. And when the moment arrives, whether it's in a business meeting, a personal conflict, or even a casual conversation, they know exactly what to say, when to say it, and how to act. Their knowledge is their weapon. Think about it. Most people underestimate the quiet, assuming that silence equals weakness. But in reality, it equals strategy. The quiet person isn't impulsive. They are deliberate. They are calculated. They never forget, and that's why, in the long run, they are often the ones who hold the power in any room. So the next time you dismiss someone because they don't speak much, remember, silence isn't emptiness. Silence is a library of insight, a vault of awareness, and a force to be reckoned with. Silence isn't just the absence of noise. For the quiet person, it's a powerful weapon. In a world obsessed with talking, performing, and proving yourself, the quiet individual holds a secret advantage that most people will never understand. They listen when others argue, catching the hidden tensions, the unspoken truths, the cracks in confidence that everyone else misses. While people shout to be heard, they are absorbing information, building a mental map of the room, and understanding the real dynamics at play. They act when others hesitate. While loud personalities fumble through decisions, seeking approval or validation, the quiet person moves calmly and deliberately. Their actions are precise because they've already calculated the risks, studied the behavior of others, and anticipated the consequences, and they influence when others demand attention. You don't always notice it at first, but their words, gestures, and timing carry weight because they are chosen carefully. Every move is intentional, every comment strategic, every silence meaningful. History is full of examples. Great leaders, innovators, and tacticians weren't always the loudest voices in the room. They were quiet, they were observant, they were calculating. And that quiet power allowed them to see opportunities others missed, strike when others hesitated, and lead without needing constant recognition. So remember this: silence isn't weakness, it's a tactical advantage, a form of influence, and a signal of control. The quiet person isn't just in the room. They often control the room without saying a word. So why should you fear the quietest person in the room? Not because they're loud, aggressive, or threatening. No, their power is far subtler, far more dangerous. It lies in what you don't see. The quiet person's strength is hidden, patient, and relentless. They don't announce themselves. They don't need to dominate the conversation or seek approval. While everyone else is competing for attention, for recognition, for dominance, the quiet one is preparing silently, observing carefully, and waiting for the perfect moment to act. Every move they make is calculated. Every gesture, every word, every pause is intentional. And when the time comes, they strike subtly. In a conversation, in a negotiation, or even in relationships, with precision and impact that others rarely see coming. Underestimating them is a mistake, a costly one, because silence often hides the sharpest mind in the room, a mind that remembers everything, analyzes everything, and waits patiently for the moment when knowledge becomes power. And here's the part that makes them truly unstoppable. The quiet person doesn't need to compete with noise. They don't need to force respect or demand attention. Their presence alone, their calm awareness, their controlled actions, shift the balance of power without anyone realizing it. So the next time you encounter someone quiet, don't assume they're harmless. Don't assume they're passive. Respect their silence, because behind it lies calculated power, hidden strategy, and the ability to win decisively every single time. So, the next time you encounter someone quiet, pause for a moment. Don't dismiss them. Don't assume that their silence means they're uninterested, weak, or powerless. Observe them, respect them, and maybe, just maybe, learn from them. Silence is not weakness, far from it. It's power in disguise, waiting for the right moment to be unleashed. The quiet person holds a subtle strength that the loud and boastful often lack: patience, awareness, strategic thinking, and the ability to act decisively when the moment truly matters. They don't need the spotlight. They don't need to dominate conversations. They let others reveal themselves through noise, while they quietly build their advantage. Think about it. In life, in business, in relationships, the loudest voice often gets the attention, but it's rarely the one who makes the biggest impact. The quiet mind, calm and observant, remembers every detail, notices every subtle pattern, and waits for the perfect opportunity to act. This is the kind of power that shapes decisions, shifts dynamics, and changes outcomes. all without drawing attention to itself. If this video has shifted the way you see the quiet ones around you, take a moment to acknowledge it in your life. Notice those subtle observers in your office, in your friend circle, or even in your family. The quiet person might be the one who holds the most insight, the sharpest mind, and the deepest strategy. And now you see it. So, here's what I want you to do. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button to show your appreciation. Subscribe for more deep insights into human behavior, psychology, and strategy. Content designed to help you understand people and situations like never before. And most importantly, comment below with, "I won't underestimate silence again." Let the world know that you understand the hidden strength of quiet minds. Remember this: in a noisy, chaotic world, the loudest voices aren't always the most powerful. The ones who listen, who observe, who act with calm precision, those are the people who shape reality. That's the quiet power. That's the force you may have overlooked until now. So from this moment on, don't rush to judge someone by their silence. Don't assume weakness where there is strength. Respect the quiet, learn from them, and maybe, just maybe, allow some of that quiet strength to inspire you in your own life. Because the truth is simple: in a world full of noise, it's the quiet who hold the real power. And now you know why. End screen visuals suggest related videos on psychology, strategy, reading people, and human behavior. Subtle callouts for engagement. Watch next to unlock more secrets of human behavior. This closing section now not only reinforces your central message, but also encourages likes, comments, and subscriptions, while leaving viewers thinking deeply about quiet people's power.